As a solo, I decided I wanted to put my base right here in the deep snow, knowing that it would be a challenge. I was surrounded on all sides by 6 clans that did not take kindly to my presence. This is a solo wipe like nothing I have ever experienced before. We are back. I am keen for this wipe. This server always delivers for me. The last time I played it, I had a 20 deep Chinese Zerg on my doorstep, and it's one of my best performing videos to date. So hopefully we can replicate that. And the plan for this video is to go and put my base in the worst possible spot imaginable, the deep snow next to Arctic research. I'm going to be competing with deep groups and clans for this territory. And I'm really unsure how this is going to go, but we're about to find out. I have a rough plan for wipe day in my head. Will it go this way? I don't know, but step 1 is to put a starter next to the supermarket, next to the ice lake where I want my main base. We'll farm up, keep a bit of a low profile, and then step 2 is to try and build the main base. I haven't got to step 3 yet. We need to get past the first 2, but we'll see how we go. If you end up enjoying this content, clan vs solo type stuff, then please subscribe, it really helps the channel. But for now, I need to recycle. I didn't really get enough stuff to recycle scrap for farm, so I think we'll just make a crossing and we'll just try and kill pretty much everyone we can on the way up. I'm convinced this game's just like one big social experiment. He would actually be the perfect kill right now, but I don't really want to risk it this close to outpost. Hey, that's 15 scrap I didn't have before. We are almost there. Having looked at the topology of like the mountains in front of the supermarket, I think we put the base on the edge of the cliff. We can see everything. I might even be able to drop a few people with a compound bow. Alright, we have what we need. Time to go put this base down before I lose it all. I'm thinking somewhere on this cliff face, because to the left I have supermarket for scrap and comps, and then behind me will just be like desolate snow for farm, which I'll need for the main base. So yeah, I'm feeling this spot. Nice. 1x1s are my go-to thing to start with. They just seem, they're like innocuous, and with a key lock on them, not many people raid them. With my starter now down, I focused on getting the farm I needed to start my main base, and also to get the stuff I would need to defend it. But I really underestimated how active this place was going to be, and it's going to be a little harder said than done. The current objective is to try and get a sheet metal door, so I don't get eco-rated. Oh look, I've got friends already. It's to be expected where I am, but that looks like some sort of clan Zerg starter base, and they're probably going to use that as supermarket to get their wipe going. Yes. I may need to do another 1x1 because if I'm fighting these guys in this group, they're just going to come raid it. I need to like rat from something else. Oh no, they're already down on that supermarket with a python. Alright, nice. We'll get this farm, get these furnaces going, and make a couple doors. I think I am going to need another 1x1, so I might look for another spot to put a second one closer, so I can rat that clan without risk of being raided. Low grade. Nice. We're done. Alright, we're balling. So I don't have much yet, but we'll get it cooking, we'll get our door. I'm just going to have a quick look out the back and actually admire the view. This was definitely the play. I can literally see everything. I don't particularly want much attention drawn to this base because it's going to have a lot on my farm. So I'm going to stick another 1x1 down the hill in front of supermarket when it goes dark. And then I'm also going to go run over and stick a tool cupboard down where I want my main base on the ice lake. We'll run over there in a minute just to figure out exactly where it's going to go, but that's the plan. Just in front of me is the play. This place will become a war zone. There's Arctic research, labs just down in the water, sulfur quarry on the other side of the hill. I need to get in quick with a tool cupboard before this spot gets taken. Yep, this is definitely the play. I've even got a lake, I can do a farm, but I honestly don't know how this place hasn't been taken yet. Like, look around it. It's got Arctic, sulfur quarry. This is like prime land, and it's gonna be mine. Nice. I shall name it the Rat Shack. I have a feeling this triangle is going to see some action. An understatement of the century. That poor little triangle sees more this wipe than like 5 wipes combined. But for now, I turn my attention to the supermarket. I was now in a position where I could be a menace. I would show no presence at my base on the hill during the day, and any ratting and grubbing I did, I would do it from my base closest to the supermarket. If it ever got raided, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, and I needed comps for guns, doors, if you could name it, I needed it, and I was hoping the supermarket would provide me with that early game farm. I like this little spot. Like, I got the road for comps and then the supermarket. I'll be able to hear shots. I can even go rat it with the ochres. Where is he? I could use another crossbow. Oh, honestly, we just go all in on the ochres. They're everywhere. We might die 10 times, but I am guaranteed to get at least something. I just laugh inside every time I see that box. Yes. No. Damn, only what, like 10 more goes? One of these is bound to pay off. This is good, because every time no one's here, I'm getting farm, and then when someone's here, I have an opportunity at like a kit with the Sioka. This is perfect. Oh no. My treasure. And that's how we do it, one small step at a time. Night time's where we get the big fish, I reckon. They all think they're safe. I'm going back. I need that rev. Like, I actually want that rev. It'll make farming so much easier. Oh, down his throat. Even to turn around and just see an Ioka would have scared the crap out of him. I had secured a pretty important kill this early on. I now had a rev and a crossbow that was going to be crucial in keeping range on people while out in the deep snow farming for my main base. While not having met any of my main adversaries yet, I was pretty much at war with every single person around that supermarket. It was the lifeline of this area, and it was just a matter of time before my Ioka antics landed me on someone's naughty list. I was not done yet though. I was going to start farming for my main base, and in between I would go back to the supermarket. It was going to be my staging point for the rest of this wipe to come. We need to farm out this main base, but before I do that, I'm quickly putting one more 1x1 up because we may need it. Well, here comes the fun part, hitting a lot of nodes, which I need a lot of, but I'm also going to keep farming down at the supermarket just to keep my sanity, so let's get this main base farmed out. This is where this Rev and Crossy come in quite handy. I can get range on people. I'm out in a desolate wasteland. I could get outgunned at some point, but it's better than literally running around with a bow. Ooh, I've been found. I think I've got enough distance on them to get back to my 1x1, and then we'll just chill out on the farming for a bit. Alright, that is good. They have run into someone else. There's no way they expect I live here, and yeah, look, the box is looking pretty good. If I just keep laying low, filling this box up, we'll have a main base in no time, but I think it's time to go back to the supermarket. I don't really want this found just yet. What has gone down in here? There are bodies everywhere. I honestly feel betrayed. He's full paranoid, he's even checking it. Oh, good old Iokas, they just provide all the entertainment you need. Alright, just been AFK, had some food, I'm back, I'm ready to, whoa, what? There is no way this is happening right now. Oh my god, there is no way that just happened to me. That has never happened to me before. I put quite a bit of effort into being not known to be living there, and I had a sheet door on the front that wouldn't on the inside, and they're there prepared with a molly, and I went AFK for like 10 minutes to warm my food up, and I get back and they're waiting? What is that? Oh, I've just lost everything. Such is Rust and the solo life, you gotta love it. I had just gone AFK for all but 10 minutes to warm my food up and lost my base. A group was sitting on the other side of my sheet metal door, knowing I had a wooden door prepared with mollies. Think of this situation what you will, but I was either found out by the two Hazzies that followed me when I was farming earlier, or someone was on the special Rust sauce. But it didn't matter because I'd pretty much lost everything. I still had the comps in my other 1x1, and I'd lost all on my main base farm. The 1x1 strategy that I normally use to get started was not going to cut it. I needed a bigger starter base and also one that enabled me to hide loot, and I had just the base idea in mind. For now, I was done with that supermarket and was going to move up to the Arctic research base. My starter was going to sit right next to it. The issue was, it also had about 3 clans sitting right next to it. I had to get in and out where I could and try and keep my head as low as possible while I farmed up yet again for another main base. Well, the good news is I still have my comps and my tools to get started with. I'm just going to have a quick look over the hill near Sulphur Quarry to see who's got control of it, because they're probably going to raid anything I put down, so I'm going to have to be smart about what base I build. So my new starter base is pretty much going to go around here. Arctic's right there, but just over the back of the hill is Sulphur Quarry, and there's a big group there. A really good, viable strategy for a solo on these high-pop servers is once the clan clears out Arctic, you can run in there when they're not there and just farm the crate respawns. You die every now and again, but it's pretty good at this point in the wipe, and it's better than the supermarket, I must say. These guys will probably be my biggest problem this wipe, maybe. There could be a few, but once they build this base up, they'll be able to see into Arctic. It's looking like a 4x4, so there's probably going to be 5 to 8, maybe. They've also got Sulphur Quarry, and they're going to have ample boom, so it's unavoidable that I get raided by them at some point. So I'm going to have to be smart with hiding my loot. And I have just the plan, and once the sun goes down, we're going to get started on that plan and put my new starter up. I'm going to put this 2x2 down, and I'm going to build it up to 1 floor, and then I'm going to put some scuffed as hell external on it that will extend out to a pixel gap guard hut. And I'm going to make it look like it's my first time playing or I'm a new guy, and I'll put some signs up, and it'd be interesting to see if it works. But even if it does get raided, I'd be very surprised if they find out that it's a pixel gap guard hut. That way I can stick all of my loot in there, and no matter how many times I get raided, I still have it all. Alright, nice. This is good. It's in a good spot. I'm going to go run my Eokas over while it's still dark so we can get started on farming Arctic. Wow. Just wow. Play solo, they said you'd have a great time.
You are the biggest rat I have ever seen.
Well, he's not wrong. Now this was definitely a pretty rough start. In fact, one of the worst ones I've actually probably ever had in a video. But it wasn't the end of the world. Arctic Research Base was now being actively contested, and I knew in one Arctic run I could make what I would make in 10 supermarket runs. I could see a clear way out of this situation. I focused up on farming Arctic when the clans weren't there, and also trying to build and fortify this new starter stash base. This is my come up. I can feel it, you know, Rust, it'll punish you and then it will reward you. That's what I tell myself anyway. See, this is completely empty. Oil rig's just off the coast, so they're probably trying to let it respawn to get red cards for rig. It's more profitable doing that than camping this, but I'm just going to live here, if I can. It is just the freest loot ever. This is my Arctic research base now. Can't take it from me, I have an Ioka. Nice. Do you see what I'm talking about? That took me all but like 5 minutes. The issue is I'm going to have to put another 1x1 down next to Arctic so like this doesn't get raided. And I can actually go for kills with that Ioka. But for now, we're going to go straight back while we can. Yes, fight amongst yourselves. There's no one here at all. You'll get your red card soon. Oh, Jesus, an AK. Who would have that? Have to be the iceberg guys, I think. There's a big iceberg base out there, by the way. Oh, 250 scrap. I pretty much got a tier 2 already. The rebuild is happening. Spoke too soon. I think they're onto me. They're probably wondering why it hasn't respawned yet, but we're gonna keep doing this. Like, this is just so worth it. I'm gonna take a bit of an educated guess here and assume that casual guy with the AK that just killed me is from the sulfur quarry base, because he pretty much came running from it. And if they know I'm doing this, they're probably gonna come looking for me soon. So I'm gonna have to be a bit smarter about what I'm doing here. I don't want to get my 2x1 raided now and go back to square one again. They are onto me big time. I think that might actually be them looking for me. I don't know how much of Arctic makes the final cut, but I've been there quite a bit and we've run into each other a couple times. It's concerning. Those satchels told me everything I needed to know. I was almost certain at this point that they were looking for me. It was time to focus on getting this base a little stronger. I got to farming, but I was now on the sulfur quarry guys' radar big time. I didn't know it yet, but I have a very complicated relationship with these guys going forward. I tell you what, I've taken some pretty big L's today. Oh, it's casual. He's from the sulfur quarry. Oh, this isn't good. I need to just spend what farm I've got on that 2x1. I do not want to be raided by 2 doors again. Good news is I can hear Arctic being cleared in the distance, which means I can go back for round 2. If I'm getting raided this time around, it's going to cost more than 2 mollies. Alright, I feel so much safer now. I do need a tier 2 for some garage doors, and I hear them fighting at Arctic, so once that dies down, I'll go back in there to get this tier 2. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress. I've just restarted my game. I was having some FPS issues, but I've changed my name while I was at it. I know they know that I exist, but hopefully with this name change it buys me some more time. And I only had to hit a couple barrels to get my tier 2. It's time for a garage door, I think. I don't think I've ever felt so happy just putting down a garage door. once that dies down, I'm going back. I've got a name change, I've got a new base. I think I can take a few more risks as well and actually try and Ioka people. It's going to be a bit to raid this thing now. This is another group I'll have to worry about, like the Iceberg Clan. They've got, look at how many furnaces they've got running, and they've got a tugboat now. They're going to be a problem. I think them and Sulfur Quarry, the guys who have been fighting. Oh, another one right down the gullet. Give me a Tommy. Hopefully they introduce the Ioka skin, because that's the first skin I'm going to try get in the game. I'm not going to be an amateur this time. I'm going the long way home. Nice. That is big. I actually really need that Tommy. Something's going down out here between these groups. I'm not too sure, but we're going to find out. So I think it's good to know that my little triangle is there for my main base still, but I think I know what's going on here. There's a clan called FTA. I've seen their vending machine on the map. They're over by Dome. They usually run pretty deep, and I think they're over here raiding this tugboat. That was a bit of an optimistic pipe dream, that one, but it's good to know they're all fighting amongst themselves. That buys me time, which I desperately need right now. I'm behind from that early raid. I just got scouted so hard then. Like, there must have been like 4 or 5 guys on my roof. I think that was a laser sight as well. I don't know why I'd be flashlighting, but it appears I've been found. Now, I know a scout when I see one, and I just had a bunch of people jumping around the roof of my loaded starter base. I had all the farm in it for this external pixel gap stash house, and it was imperative that we got to nighttime so I could get it down, or my wipe might pretty much be over. I don't think I've ever waited for the sun to go down on a rust day more than I ever did on this day. I haven't moved my mouse for like a good 15 minutes. I've just sat here in complete silence. Like, I know a scout when I see one, and I want to get my pixel gap down. I need to do it, or like my wipe's pretty much over. Oh no, this is not good at all.
Come up to the door, brother.
Like, I've made no sound for quite a while. There's no way they can know I'm in here. I think they're checking to see if I'm online. This is not good, like, at all. This is like an imminent raid. Yes, go to the gunshots where your friend's probably dying. He needs help. It is just now or never. Like, I need to risk it. I just know this base will not be here by end of the rust day tomorrow if I do not do something now. I don't have time to make this perfect. It will make sense soon what I'm doing, but I just need to get it down. If you don't know what I'm doing, it's a pixel gap bunker. I'll explain it later, but it pretty much lets me hide all my loot. I've never built so fast in my life. Yes, good, it worked. It worked, yes. This is just gonna have to do for now. The sun's coming up. Like, I need to move my loot. Oh my god, I've done it. That is like a world record build time or something like that. Edited, you go here. I do not know what's happened to this clip, but it is way too relevant to leave out. At least the voice channel is still good. I was starting to second guess myself there for a second, thinking I might have been paranoid, but look at this. The sun is up and I have 5 people on top of my base. I reckon I've just saved my base. I reckon they were looking to see if I was offline, they were going to raid me. Now they know I'm online, and now they know it's stronger. I reckon they've gone and put their boom back, and they've thought against it. Like, it literally came down to the sun rising. I'm not even kidding. And these guys are the sulfur quarry guys, so they have all the boom in the world to raid this thing. Here's the thing, I don't actually really care if they raid it now because I got my main loot in that pixel gap bunker and it's protected by an external TC and there's like 4 sheet metal doors to it, so they would spend an exorbitant amount of boom just to get this base. I think them seeing this scuffed base might just think I'm some noob solo, and that's what I'm trying to sell to them. I actually think I'm playing a game of 5D chess here and I might have saved this base. The problem though, is when I go to put my main base down, they're going to know exactly what's going on. So like, I'm in a predicament. I have to think exactly how I get out of this situation. Oh my god, I know who these guys are. They are all here en masse fighting above the cave. If I ever find these guys again on this server which I regularly play, and it's towards the start of a wipe, I'm going to make their life absolutely hell. The stakes have just increased tenfold. These aren't your average players. Like, they are complete rust sweats and they raid with zero remorse. This isn't just a normal group that might be friendly or might not be. I know that they are hostile to me already from the behavior of a wipe a few months ago. This is really, really not good. Like, I don't know how yeah, like, it's gonna be a struggle, and that's not an understatement. I had just realised that one of the groups around me was none other than the villains from my cave video a few months ago. I won't explain in detail what they did, go watch the video, but they were not the players that you would want to mess with unless you're expecting some severe consequences. It was going to take every ounce of my solo Rust experience to survive this wipe, knowing what I had next to me. I was going to play dumb and pretend like I was a complete Rust noob. I built the most scuffed base imaginable but put a pixel gap stash bunker inside of it. For now, it seemed like my strategy was working. They had left me alone and I was almost certain they were going to raid that base, especially now that I know who they were. This was the end of wipe day for me, and with the knowledge I had on this area, I was just as much excited for tomorrow as I was dreading it. Ah, that's a relief. The base is here. We didn't get offline. I'm pretty excited for today. It should be hectic. Like, the second I put my main base down, we're going to be on everyone's radar. I put a few signs up last night to try and sell the base was like a noob base, and then I did a bit of a farm run as well, and I chucked a couple TCs over next to my other TCs to claim that area. Did it off camera. I was exhausted. I just needed to chill. We'll go check that those tool cupboards are there, and if they are, well then the base will be going down soon. So get ready for some action. Nice, they're all still there. I put those 3 down around next to my core so I don't get TC grief when I build my main. I just shoot them out when I go to place the external TC. Being TC griefed is like one of my top 10 fears. we are looking pretty good. I wanted to get this set up early so it could just smelt away while I'm out trying to get auto turrets and doing other things. But once this is all cooked, I'll get some more stone nodes. And yeah, main base is ready to go. Someone's getting raided. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, so in the distance behind that fog, about 2 squares away, is a big clan called FTA, and they've been going through here, clearing this whole area out, and any base that isn't big enough to defend itself gets raided within the hour it gets put up. So if I were to go put my starter in that water, I'd have them on my doorstep. I need to put my base up with externals at least so I can recover it if it does get raided. But we also need a couple auto turrets. I don't quite have enough laptops, so we're going to go hit some stone nodes, probably off camera because I've hit 1,000 already, and get the laptops I need for my turrets, and then main base is going up, and we'll see who comes and pays us a visit. Oh, it's them. Lucky I changed my name when I logged in this morning. I'm going to go stick this in a stash base. I'm not going to that starter. Yes, a laptop. I continued to farm Arctic Research Base for a few hours to get the comps and the stuff that I needed for turrets. I also farmed out the remaining stone and metal and would pick a few people off here and there. After a few hours, I had everything I needed and my metal had been smelted. It was time to go and do the thing that I was dreading the most, trying to put down a base that I could somewhat defend before I popped up on anyone's radar. Alright, we are pretty much ready to go. I've had a battery charging. It should give me like 2 hours of turret time, which should be enough to get the base up. I'm going to put the turrets up like first as I try to build the base, just given how this area is. And I can already hear a raid anyway, so now's probably the perfect time while everyone's over there. So it's D-Day, time to get it done. Alright, first step. Get the core down so I can put some turrets up and keep my battery safe. It's actually kind of going to plan. Alright, those 3 turrets are looking at each external direction, which will cover me while I build it. Then I'll just pick them up later and repair them and put them where they're supposed to go. I'll chuck these doors on, and then I am pretty happy with it. We've got it to a point where we can get it back if it gets raided. Got the TCs up, got 3 turrets. It's looking good. The base is at stage 1. It took me about an hour to get this thing up. But yeah, we're good. The thing I'm interested in though is that boom earlier before I came running over. That was very, very close. I want to know what happened there. Wasn't Sulfur Quarry getting raided? This makes sense now. Someone's tried to move in next to Sulfur Quarry. This is exactly what I'm talking about. These groups hit these bases early while they're undefended, and I honestly have a feeling I'll be in this very situation. There's going to be a fob on my doorstep by the end of today. It's guaranteed. Well, they've definitely lost the raid, and I'm going to assume Sulfur Quarry did this because they can see each other's bases, and I have a feeling this base would have been absolutely loaded. I had phase 1 of my main base complete to the point where I'll be able to survive any raid assuming they didn't hit my external TCs. With where this base was and who was around me, I knew a raid was imminent. I was not privy to the information that I'm about to show you, and some of these players haven't yet appeared in the story, but it illustrates the situation I was about to be in without spoiling much. We have the Sulfur Quarry clan, YGZ clan, NM the Chinese Zerg, the Isolate group, the Iceberg group, and the biggest and most aggressive of them all, the FTA clan. I hadn't fully interacted with all of these groups yet, but at some point, our paths crossed in this wipe. The current goal was to continue progress on this base, get the farm and guns that I would need to defend it, and just try and survive. Well, this might have been a bad idea, trying to hit stone nodes on the Sulfur Quarry hill. Well, that's a good sign. I don't see a raid base, but I don't like footsteps in the night jumping outside my base. Oh no, that is one of the Sulfur Quarry guys. I have 2 Thompsons and a water pipe to my name, and I don't even have a shooting floor. That is like a scout if I've ever seen one. This fits their MO perfectly as well. They'll hit bases before they can build up. Solo or not, they do not care. They have zero remorse when they raid. I need at least some sort of shooting floor in the next 10 minutes. What do we have here? He's built a tower just for me. How kind. I'm just trying to get up some sort of shooting floor with what little farm I have left. If their MO fits, they'll be here in the next couple hours at least. Oh no, is that a raid base? I don't know if that's a raid base or not, but I'm not taking any chances. I've pretty much just run the loot from my main base into this guard hut. Everything important is in here. As long as they don't hit this, we are fine. Oh, that's definitely a raid base. I can see his little green eyes. This is not good. I have 2 Thompsons and a water pipe and a shooting floor made of wood. My last Thompson kit, I cannot get the other one. Oh, there's a big hole there. The raid was over at this point. I could not outgun them, but they were getting curious where the loot was. I did not want them under any circumstances raiding my guard hut or my externals. There are other ways to win a raid, and I was going to put it all on the line and try play a game of 5D chess to save my loot.
I mean, brother, be serious. Like, there's
Oh.
gotta be a little bit of loot somewhere, you know?
Like, honestly, like, listen to my situation. I've been farming all day. You've killed me like 3 times. I got killed on the fucking pickaxe. You took my jackhammer. And everything I had went into this base today. Like, by myself, and I was farming Arctic. I was running into Arctic when you guys were farming it. I was sneaking in and out to get my fucking comps for the...
Furnaces? Where's your furnaces? Where's your loot? Where's your comms? Where's... You know what I mean?
My starter base.
Is that all hiding? Is that all
It-
hiding in the starter over here, east?
I didn't trust a word these guys said, and if I wanted them to raid a starter, I wanted them to go raid my 1x1s, not the one to the north that they actually didn't suspect. No, wrong starter. There's 2 1x1 next to gas station. And I pretty much, like, I'm not even kidding, I've been playing for the day. The stuff I got was from grubbing you guys at Arctic.
You're telling me you're pretty much alone in Tokyo, eh? I'm a
Like, hear me out for a second. I'm solo. Like, you can't expect, like, look at this base and tell me that one person couldn't farm this. Like, I spent the whole day farming it to this point.
Can we put that water pipe away?
Yeah, I can bury the water pipe. It's pretty deadly.
I mean, you saw us fucking jumping in your compound.
Yeah. That's why I put the turret on the roof. I told you. He knew that I had hidden the loot, or at least he thought so. I could kinda hear that he was 50-50 on it, and I was trying to convince him that me as a solo couldn't possibly farm any more than this base on this day, and that there just wouldn't be any loot left over. Knowing what they were like from the video 3 months ago, he was going to try and swindle any information he could get out of me, even by trying to be nice, and then just raid whatever he could to get the loot. They did not care if I was solo or not, but I was slowly starting to convince them. I'm naked, I've got literally nothing.
There's nothing.
Yeah, because I'm fucking solo, bro, and I've been farming all day for this. All of my farm is in this base, look.
But like the comps, you know, surely you even have like a couple of room signs, a couple of blades anywhere. It's just
In my starter at the supermarket, which is a 1x1, and all my blades are in the barricades, and you can see I run out because I'd use wooden ones over here. Like, you're assuming I have the resources of a group. I don't, I'm a fucking one-man show. Like, this is all I have.
where
And my little...
Sulfur?
No, it was in the fucking
Well, if you were
ammo...
farming, you'd have sulfur.
It was in the ammo for the auto turret. There was 2 stacks of ammo on each auto turret, and there's 6 auto turrets.
you have a HQM core, you have like turrets, stone
Yeah.
compound, sheep main base, so like gotta
Yep.
have some loot here, you know.
Nah, so I jackhammered. I'll tell you the tale. I jackhammered all day, and I lost 2 fucking jackhammers and my salvage pick. That's what the sheet and the high qual is. And then the turrets come from sneaking in an Arctic between when you guys were there. So the HQM and the turret come from that. Like, it's only a triangle core that was HQM. And that's pretty much the end of it. And then my 2 Thompsons I made. And that's my base. I've been on for 12 hours. I got this in 12 hours. Think about it from this situation.
I know.
If I'm by myself,
I know you have your ammo.
yeah, if I'm by myself and I've been playing for 12 hours to build this, right? Would I have time for anything else?
Yeah, true.
Like, think about it logically.
We'll just run some sulfur quarry and get some more sulfur.
Against all odds, I had somehow successfully convinced them that I had nothing. But in reality, I was actually quite loaded. The pixel gap bunker in my starter was still juiced, and all the loot from this base was sitting in my guard hut. They'd used a good 40 to 50 rockets for literally 10 random items in a box. It was a risk that had paid off, and I had gotten away with murder. I had a feeling though that they could be watching me, so I kept my head low and acted like I actually had the farm stuff to repair the hole in my base. I knew what these guys were like, and I just knew deep down they were not going to take this L. I had a hunch that they would come back later, and my hunch proved correct. This is not the last time that we see these guys, but for now I had to focus on the issue at hand, fixing the big hole in my base. I knew it was unlikely that I'd be raided again in the next few hours due to the fob being outside my base, but if any of these groups got wind of me rebuilding, they would likely come over and try get all of that fresh farm. I do not trust these guys as far as I can throw them, like I know what they're like, but for now I think they will leave me be, but I just don't count them out. I would not be surprised if they roll up on this base in like 8 hours time after seeing me jackhammer, but I have bigger things to like worry about now. There are bigger groups all around me on every side. Yeah, this wipe's insane. I've fixed the holes. I doubt anyone raids me tonight. There's a fob out front of my base. You could tell this thing was recently raided. I'm going to go to sleep because I am exhausted. I am keen to see what tomorrow has in store. I am going to finish this base, and I assume put myself on the radar of more groups than just the sulfur quarry. Well, I've just woken up, I need my coffee, but we haven't been raided. Any of the bases haven't been raided. Somehow my little starter is still alive. But, we do have a problem. I have woken up to this base right next to mine. It's some sort of starter farm combo, and there seems to be a main base going down in the distance, which, this might be a problem. I need to check out exactly who's here and how deep they are. Surely that's them locking it down. Oh no. I know this name. If this guy is a tagged NM member leaving that farm base, we have a major problem on our hands. Oh no, it is. For those of you, which is probably a lot, that don't know who NM are, they are a pretty notorious Chinese Zerg that play about 8 to 15 deep, and they are offliners. They just offline everyone, that's their MO. And they're right next to me. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting challenge to navigate. It was actually the last time I played this server. I was in a pretty similar situation, so I've got experience at least. I had woken up to a new neighbor that was none other than the notorious Chinese NM clan. They were very territorial, and I knew 100% that they were going to raid me once they had built up. I needed to prepare for yet another raid, and this time around I wanted something at least defendable. So I set about navigating the complexities of trying to build your main base with a Chinese Zerg on your doorstep. There is a silver lining to this situation. My pixel gaps are loaded from all the farm from yesterday and the day before. That raid last night got none of this. I don't really have to go out and farm for now. This is a good head start, and I'm going to run this over at night And I think I have enough for like 2 AKs and maybe 4 auto turrets. It's not much, but it is better than nothing, and it's a start. I assume that is them farming. It's a bit of a base race at the moment, I think. Lucky I have a head start with my farm already, but this is about all I could afford firepower-wise. 2 AKs and like 5 auto turrets. We do need to do something about that. The plan for this afternoon, it's a rather simple one. I'm going to dump all of my existing resources into fortifying this base. I can't imagine the Chinese are going to make this an easy process, but we'll get through it, and then I'll actually need to go and get some more firepower, like some more AKs and stuff like that, to try and defend this base if they try and raid me, because with what I have now, it would probably be a bit of a struggle. I got most of the shooting floor done, but they're not making my life easy trying to put this wind turbine up. I don't really have a choice but to wait for the sun to go down. I win. Interesting. I've been noticing, like, nakeds run up to this base and that base, and they're coming from the east. And there's no, like, small groups out here. The only thing to the east is the FTA clan. I have a feeling that they are scouting these guys out, which puts a massive spanner in the works. They might think that I'm a part of them, given where my base is. That's a rocket. They're actually getting raided. I reckon they did get scattered earlier. This This could be really bad because I thought the Chinese would be the ones that raid me, but like, what do you think FTA are thinking relationship-wise? I'm on the doorstep of their farm base, like, I don't know. We're about to find out. I need to see if that is actually FTA raiding them, because if it is, this is very concerning. Oh, it is. This could get very interesting. Been eating my food. I'm back now, but this does change the dynamic. There's they've gotten rid of the Chinese. And why is there a heli above my base? Whoa! Are they actually raiding me? Oh my god, they are. Hurry up, bag timer! It's not looking good, boys. I was a little underprepared for a group this big. Do you hear that? There's no way. They're getting counted. They're actually getting counted. This is like I have to run to my farm base and actually get materials to seal. And hopefully I can get back there and seal it while they're getting slammed. gotta be careful of that random dude on my roof. I only get one chance.
Hello, my friend, no.
Help me. Hey, don't.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you-
yeah.
don't kill, don't-
Help me, yeah.
Don't kill.
I wanna cut food, child, or what?
Hang on, not over yet.
I laugh for you.
What is actually happening? I'm trying to seal my base against a 10 deep clan, and I've got a Chinese Zerg member on the roof yelling shit at me like... I think I've done it. I'm really gonna have to process what just happened. Somehow, against all odds, I pulled it off and survived a raid from the FTA clan. That's not to say I did it without any help. The Isolate group I hadn't had a whole lot to do with yet came over and slammed FTA's fob mid-raid, and then my guardian angel ended up being one of the first Chinese Zerg members from the NM clan that I bumped into earlier this morning. You can't make this situation up, it was ridiculous. It didn't come without issues though. In the panic of the raid, I sealed my own core. If I can't get in, they can't get in. Once again, I had a rebuild on my hands, and I also had to do something about my sealed core. I was now determined, more than ever, to survive the onslaught of these clans and be the last person alive in the deep snow. I've just realised I've sealed my own core. Oh, this is not looking good. That's 300 health. I can work with that. That's like, what, 12 satchels? I reckon I can blow back in. It's still going on outside my base. It's been going on for quite a while, but as far as I can tell, FTA got their fob back. They still have control of outside here. I don't know where the rockets have gone. I think Isolate might have taken them. I don't know, but it looks like they're packing up and they're getting ready to go. This is going to be interesting because, like, I've got the Sulphur Quarry guys who don't take L's very well at all. And I know these guys have a reputation for trying to be like the top dogs. So they're not going to take an L either. I might just have them all raid me again at some point. I don't know. Like, look at this. I have 2 fobs outside my base in 2 days. Like, what a wipe. I'm not 100% sure, I can't tell, but I might still have upkeep in my core, and my TC still might be there. So I'm going to have to damage this wall with rocks so it doesn't repair itself while I wait for all of my sulfur to cook so I can make satchels. This is prime gaming right here. What does my wipe come to? Alright, if I've done my maths right, we can get this base back. Oh, look at that. 1 spare. But we have our base back. So, it's been a long day. I'm gonna fix all this stuff up off camera, put the tool covers down, the upkeep, all the boring stuff, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I shouldn't get raided, I've got 2 fobs outside my base. But the plan tomorrow is to fix up all these auto turrets. I'll need to go down labs this time probably. I might stay clear of Arctic. And I actually want to get this thing to a defensible state. Multiple AK kits, its final form, fortify it, because I don't think any of this is over. Like these groups that I've dealt with so far are not going to take an L like that. And then there's more groups as well that I haven't even really had much to do with yet. So yeah, bed. Good morning, / afternoon, / I don't know what time of the day it is. I actually kind of feel hungover from playing Rust. I'm like a bit sick. I've played so much Rust these last 3 days, dealing with these like raids and stuff. We didn't get offline and we didn't get raided during the night, which is good. And I've put this 1x1 down right next to labs, because we're going to be going down there quite a bit. I need turrets and stuff from there, and I want to get this base fortified. It's like it's at least final form. Because when another clan does, if they do, I actually want to be able to defend in a firefight, not get hit when I'm half built. So that's the plan. Get the base to final form by end of today. This base has only been hit recently, and there's a free tier 2. That would be massive. I'll just stick it in this 1x1 and I can make meds and stuff for labs. It's an omen. There is no way. That cannot be my labs base. Wow, that is just... What even is this area? You put a base down, it gets raided within like 20 minutes max. It's my little sulfur quarry friends that raided me on day 2. I guess it's a slow day out in the deep snow. You know that Spider-Man meme? That's kind of what this wipe is at the moment, because all the groups around here are so big. They don't want to pull the trigger on each other. They just rather raid the smaller bases, or the ones that are building up. Can't get rid of me that easy. Any loot I put in here from labs, I'm going to have to run it back every night and then just hope that they don't door TC grief this base. Should be good for now though. To my surprise, I was able to spend a few hours down in underwater labs completely uncontested. Not a whole lot happened, it was boring footage, but I did get what I needed to finish off my auto turrets and some HQM for AK kits. The next thing on my list was to get farm to fortify my base. With the wipe now being 4 days in, I figured these areas would quieten down a bit, but boy was I wrong. There is a guy up there watching me. He hasn't shot at me yet, but... He knows he has range on me with that MP5, and I need to draw him in close, so I'm just going to go back and forth until either he comes in to fight me or it gets dark and I can run away. This is my chance, I don't really want to lose this jackhammer. That reminded me of like Dota, when you like juke someone around the tree for 10 minutes, but I've done it around a raider base. I don't know how I got away with that. I thought I was getting raided again, all I could hear was gunshots, but I don't think that's the case. Ah, that makes sense. NM is on the rebuild. They're out on a big farm run. We pretty much have the farm for the base. We just need a couple more laptops and computers. I'm going to go to research base to get the last couple. And then we'll do the last fortifications on the base. And it should be ready for a reasonably sized pummel. Someone's out there sinking the iceberg base's tugboat for like the 8th time this wipe. Oh, that's one of the sulfur quarry guys. I guess they know that I'm still around. They are still very much active. Here's the issue. I plan to really grief the hell out of them if I ever found them again, but I am so preoccupied by everything else around me. I might have to wait for another wipe to do it, but it's good to know that they play this server because I do frequent it. I had now farmed up everything I needed to finish this base, and that's what I did. I spent an hour or so getting this base to its final form. It was now a pretty expensive raid. There wasn't much time left in this wipe though, but it felt like it was only just beginning. I had another set of interesting neighbours move right in next to me, and I had this looming feeling that there was a lot of unfinished business. I wasn't sure what the rest of the day had in store, but I can tell you now I would never have predicted how this wipe ended. The frick? I have no idea who these guys are. Or where they're from, but they're tagged up. YGZ. They must have moved in like close by or something. Like they wouldn't be raiding that if they weren't, but I don't know who they are. I can't let them be comfortable around here.
Nah, we didn't raid him, bro. He gave his base to us.
Don't believe it. My best guess is that they've been raided on the other side of the map and they've come to this area of the snow to rebuild, and they're just going around here raiding all these bases. This base that they raided was just like my solo neighbour. His name was like Big Man or something. I had a little chat to him, but he's not here anymore. Yeah, this is pretty standard clan behaviour. They'll just go around raiding all the small bases, like, you know, eat the small, and then that's how they'll get their rebuild on.
Oh my god. Yeah, shoot me, man. I'm fucking naked, you monkey.
And I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of moving pieces. He could be scouting me or looking for YGZ or sulfur quarry. I don't really know what's going on, but that's an FTA player. I still had people all around me. I could not get a break in this area, and to be honest, I was surprised that I'd survived as long as I had. I couldn't get any cloth out here, so I put a quick farm up. Soon realised what this FTA guy was up to. He was looking for YGZ's main base. So this base is the FTA base, and I've just been doing a little scout around to see who's online, and everyone is still online, which is concerning, but also surprising being day 4. Look how many furnaces they have going. Like, I don't know, this wipe's been crazy. These guys are all still active. Normally this server will be dead after like day 3. This is almost guaranteed to be FTA raiding someone. Their like base is just behind me, but I don't know who yet. That's YGZ clan. It's making sense to me now. So FTA were looking for YGZ, and YGZ had built their main at Dome after leaving next to me where their starter was. And FTA raid everyone before they build up, so like they're dominant, you know? Like, I guess that's one less enemy I have to deal with. Oh no, that's one of the NM clan members, dead on my doorstep. That can only mean one thing. Me and the Chinese have a very difficult relationship. It's very love-hate. They help me one day and then they hate me the next. I had numerous clan members still scouting around my base. This server was still alive and teeming with players. I was expecting some sort of raid soon from the Chinese, given I had one of them dead on my doorstep. Unfortunately, for the first time ever, I had 2 bugged recordings this wipe, and the next one happened at the worst possible time. It's only for about 30 seconds and it clears up, but what happens next is a first for me. I remember what happened last time I had a mini flying around my base. If that is not a scout, I do not know what is. I don't even know who this is. It's a roll of the dice. This is insane. I've never had a pummel this big. My FPS has just dropped. Like, half my base is gone in one bag timer. What? There's no base to defend. I don't even know what to do. Like, I have one bed left. I just got foundation wiped in 2 bag timers. This is just insane. I have never been foundation wiped like this before, and I don't think it'll ever happen again. They even got rid of my guard huts. Like, my guess is that they're all in a standoff with each other, and wipe's coming to an end, so they've just sent it at me. But I've gone back and checked the recording. It wasn't just Sulphur Quarry, it was also the Iceberg guys. So I thought the Iceberg guys got offline. There must have been a couple left, and they've just joined forces and just sent the last of the rockets they had, just wiped me off the map and took them with me. This is just... I've got no words. This is never... I've never been that, like, out of place, not knowing what to do in the middle of a raid. Like, honestly, and like, respect to them, they did it to me online. They rated me twice online. They generate good content for a creator like me. But there is some unfinished business with them. I give them respect where they deserve it, but I didn't get to enact any of my revenge on them. In fact, quite the opposite. This story is not over, and my saga with them is not over. Until next time, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that sort of good stuff. And I'll see you next month. Oh my god, he has every... It's the guy from the last video who foundation wiped me.